you're at Microsoft, which is the leading software company in the world.
Yes.
And they're doing pretty well with their new Xbox products, and,
yes.
They came out. They did this deal with Nokia on their mobile with their mobile business unit. So quite a few interesting things going on. It seems like a sign of new life. Maybe your arrival has helped.
Maybe. I mean, coincidence? Maybe not.
But kidding aside, do you find that Microsoft evolving in just 1 year that you've been there, and do you see a lot of MBAs at Microsoft?
I think Microsoft is evolving, and most any company would have to in changing business circumstances, changing business conditions. Obviously, every company has to evolve to meet different threats, and so the companies that were the biggest threats to Microsoft, that are the biggest threats today, didn't exist 10, 15 years ago, right? A lot of them, and so obviously you have to change to meet different threats and to take advantage of different opportunities. So yes, it is evolving. I think it started before I joined. It has been going on since then. It's a continuous process. So what was the second part of the question?
Well, does Microsoft hire a lot of MBAs?
Yes. Well, yes and no. I mean, if you really think about it, Microsoft is at its core an engineering company, right? So they're the ones who make the money, if you will. That being said, there is, I think, an increased focus on the idea that it's one thing to develop a product, it's another thing to convince people to buy the product. It's another thing to come up with a product that people actually want to buy, as opposed to a product that an engineer might want to make. And most of the times, there's alignment, and sometimes there isn't. And so I think there is an increased acceptance of the role that a business professional would play at a technology company, which is happening at many companies, this realization. So yeah, I think they are hiring more MBAs. I mean, it's not going to be a company that's entirely MBA employees just because of what they do, but yes, they definitely is.
And what kind of MBAs do you normally see? Do you have a lot of West Coast MBAs, East Coast MBAs?
I think just for geographic reasons, you see a lot of West Coast MBAs because it's in Seattle,
right.
And so a lot of people from West Coast business schools, UW, University of Washington, because it's local,
Foster,
because it's a Foster Business School,
right.
Because it's close and there's a lot of alumni,
sure.
Both undergrad and postgrad, who work at Microsoft. So I think I'm one of the few UNC Kenan-Flagler alums at Microsoft. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they picked me because presumably they thought that I was good. And so
absolutely.
At the end of the day, if you have,
well, we know you are good.
I mean, if you have talent and ability, it doesn't matter where you come from. You should ideally get an opportunity.
Right.
There might be more people willing to go to Seattle and willing to live in Seattle.
Right.